Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to this series of understanding the basics of HTML. So in today's video, I want to talk about forms. So normally you would encounter forms when you submit or when you log in to a website. They normally present you with a form that you have to fill in information and log in, or sometimes you just have to submit your details there. So I'm just gonna go ahead and remove all these and see my first HTML form, and let's go ahead and get rid of this. Cool. So let's break here and break a bit. So to create your form, you will use the tag form. So it's already presented to you with a tag there, not a tag, sorry, an attribute there called action. So action is, you may say, okay, the action, I want this form to be submitted to a page called form page.html or something like that. So you'd have a form inside your directory called form page that you would submit all this information to. So for now, let's just go ahead within this form. Let's just create a styling within this before we create our input, and let's create two divs. Okay, and then within our divs, let's just go ahead and say, let's create a span here and say an h4. Let's go ahead and try and create a login form. Cool. So this is the first thing that we do, and then label for username, right? And the input type called email. Let's use the email, and name is username as well as the ID, and break. Cool. And then another label which is called password, and username, password, and then the input called password, and let's include these attributes as well and say, okay, this guy is the password field. And let's not forget to break, and let's see how this is. Okay, cool. So you have your username and your password. So the other thing that you might be familiar with is, let's go ahead and say, include the checkbox, and ID remember, and we would say then include the label here for remember, and we would say remember me. Cool. So let's just go here and say break. I just want to style this so we can work around something that we can see. Maybe I style this one and say background color. Let's do this. F8, F9, F8. Let's check F8, and then let's increase the width there and make it to 20, and add some padding, 10 px, and a bit of margin, and make it be on the center of our page. Okay, cool. And for this guy here, let's style him and put the background color as this. Okay, cool. So let me just go it here. So this is our form. Let me just add something quickly. An input type is submit, and then this value, let's say log in, and then perhaps we'd wanna say span here and say forgot your, and then putting the aref and say password. You might have a password recovery .html file, for example, and what you wanna say here is I and say password, right? So forgot your password. So this is what you might have. So you might wanna here add a non-breaking space here and say end NBSP, and then we add these spaces 4 times. Cool. So this would be your form that you normally get on many of the websites that want you to log in. And what we do want, or what we would like, is to go ahead to this page and submit these information, these details about yourself. So the one thing that we want to do is add an attribute of name. Let's just call it form. And the other thing about the form is that there's a method in which the form takes. It's either a post or a get. So a get would your data would be appended to the URL, and then with a post your data would be within the message body. So let me just show you an example. Method which we'll speak about now is get, and let's just go ahead and create this guy here. Homepage.html, and then let's just create. Cool. And we would say here h4 I am fetching sent data. Cool. So one thing that we can do is say, okay, let's just say example at mail.com, and then password is ASDFGH, and say login. So you see that when it navigated to this page, but then if you can just look, it sent the username as well as the password to this form, to this page, I mean. So this is one way of using the get, and you would normally get the information using server-side scripting, but then with this one, because it's on the URL, you can even use JavaScript. Let's just try and use JavaScript and see if we do get it. You can use JavaScript to get, because everybody can see the data, even JavaScript can. So because we know the data that we're looking for, let's just go ahead and say const your username is, before that, let's just define our URL. URL is new URL window dot location dot href. So this would be our URL, and then our username would be URL dot search params dot get. This is just to show you how you can get those data, data and that are sent by the user from the other form. So you can get those parameters using password. So this one would be a password as well. Password. So these, as you can see, this is a parameter, this is a value, and then they are separated by end. So if you had another parameter, it would be and country equals US. Another parameter would say and drink equals Coca-Cola, you know, going all the way. So I think you get the idea, and this is how we try and get those parameters. So the one thing that we can do here is let's just output that on the console. In fact, let's on the alert. So we're just gonna, I don't have a bigger screen, on the alert and say username is, and then you'd come and see and password is cool. So when you go ahead to your index, let's just go to the index, to your main page, and say, okay, I have a main page and I have a form. I'm presented by a form that requires me to log in. So my email would be riri@rock.com. my password would be Rihanna234, and then when you log in, you see that within this page you are able to get username, which is Riri, and then Rihanna, which is Rihanna234, which is the password. The other type that we have is called, when you go to your HTML there, is called the post. Now the post is of a different type, because now you're speaking to the server side, and because you're speaking to elements that are not really visible here, JavaScript can't really access those elements. I just want to show you here now what happens when you use the post. So the same email, let's just go ahead and log in. You are presented with this error 405. So in order to use this, we gonna need to implement a server-side scripting using PHP, and so that we can be able to get the posted data from the main page. So for now, I think that is how I would say you would get the form data using JavaScript. That is how you would implement your form and get the data sent by the user. So thank you guys. I hope this video helped. I do hope you learned something, and I do hope that you understand forms and how to get the variables from the URL. I do hope this video was useful. Please guys, like, comment, don't forget to subscribe. Like I keep on saying, don't forget to keep me motivated to do these videos and to upload more. Thank you guys. I will see you again on the next video. Bye for now. Cheers.